So we'll do it in English first.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
And then another day,
Yeah,
if that's okay.
whatever works for me.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming.
not a problem. Thank you.
I appreciate it. So I'm gonna edit everything. Here we have all the way from Cleveland. No, not Cleveland. You live, what area do you live?
I live in Lake County, Wickliffe.
Okay. I have the pleasure to have Elliot Stone.
Yep.
With Century 21, and the office is Homestar.
Correct, yep, you got it.
Got it right. Skilled in non-profit organizations, political science, public speaking, and real estate transactions.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
about
awesome.
right. Yeah.
And then you have a Master's of Arts focused in global interactions from Cleveland State University.
Correct. Yes,
Holy
sir.
cow, what you don't have,
Good
man.
homework. Good homework. I like it.
Right. Hey, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So do you mind talking a little bit about you, something that most people don't know about you, something interesting about you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've done a lot of things in my life. I've worked a lot of different jobs, and I worked since I started college, and I worked my way, through that. But real estate is one of those things that I'm very passionate about. And right after I finished my master's degree, I was already working part-time in real estate during my master's.
Yeah.
I finished and I worked for a year for a company doing international sales. And it just wasn't fulfilling for me. It just wasn't fulfilling, and so I decided to jump full-time into real estate and do that, and it's just really fulfilling to be able to help people and to be there for them in such an important part of their process. And I guess that's the interesting part about me, is that I really genuinely enjoy my job and that I'm passionate about it, I guess, and I like helping people.
Yeah, I mean you can see it in the results. I have these numbers from Instagram.
Okay.
So correct me if
if
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Very reliable source. Instagram.
Yeah.
Live for you was incredible.
It was a good month.
Since you guys received the Century 21 Homestar Mid-Year Diamond Award.
Correct. Yep.
Closed 4 homes.
Yep.
Listed 9 new homes.
Yep.
And increased a total mid-year closing.
We're averaging right now about 60 properties a year.
Holy cow.
So compared to last year, we were at about 50, and so yeah, we've been doing that and
awesome. That's
just
great.
plugging away. We also we get the it seems every year now we get the Home Snap Awards as well. So it's out of all agents in the U.S. that use the MLS. So we're actually now this year in the top. I guess for last year it was top 5% of agents in the U.S. by volume.
That's insane. That's crazy.
And then the year before that, we were 15% by volume in the U.S. So we did a nice little jump there, and
A huge jump.
yeah. And then we also just got recently a Pace Setter Award, which I don't actually know exactly what that means, but we got that directly actually from the president of Century 21 overall. So it was kind of nice to
wow,
have.
man, that's
yeah.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, thanks.
What I thought was very impressive too is that you have over 3 million ready to close in August.
We do have a lot of business closing in August.
Insane.
And yeah.
So anyway, I didn't know anything about you. I'm like mind blown when I was looking at the numbers. So that was awesome. Very impressive, man. That's
I appreciate
great.
it. Thank you. Yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And we will time you.
Nice. Sounds good.
What I do is for the thumbnail in YouTube. Do you mind holding this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no
Do
problem.
Anything you want.
Okay.
Just looking at the camera. 5 minutes. There we go.
Ooh, all right.
Let's see, I'm cheating.
Oh, these seconds don't count.
All right. So question number 1. New questions, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Which
Okay.
I think anyway. Question number 1. Is now a good time to invest or to buy real estate? If so, why?
Yeah, that's a very loaded question, and I'll do my best as I see the sand kind of fall there. But yeah, it's a great time to invest in real estate. So it kind of ties into a lot of other things, but a lot of people think that during a recession, house prices drop, right? Or it equals a issue with housing. But generally, except for the Great Depression and the Great Recession, so 2008, 2010, historically, prices actually go up faster during a recession, house prices do, than otherwise. So yes, it's still a great time to invest. Between that and many other factors, and I know interest rates are a little higher now compared to what they were a year ago, 6 months ago, but still, it's still a great time to do it. And then the other part of that question is that right now, for example, what's happening in the market, a big one is that hedge funds are actually buying properties, single-family properties, by the dozens, if not hundreds. And not as much in Ohio, but especially places, coastal places, more vacation places. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to accumulate single-family properties and to sort of maintain the supply. So they have the supply, right? Then the demand's still there, of course, and there's going to be even more of a shortage, which means that prices go up.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so that's what they're doing right now. So yeah, investing, still a great time to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when hedge funds get on the way, there's something there, you know.
You're right, and whether you don't like it or you do like it, but either way, it's a good time to do it. Whether you want to do what they're doing or you want to get in front of what they're doing and take away from them. But yeah.
Question number 2. So why do people like to do business with you?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've been in the business like 7 years now. 3 of those years were part-time, and every single one of my clients for the first, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years was completely just word of mouth. I don't do any advertising. I don't pay for Zillow leads or anything like that. And so I think it's just giving the quality that people deserve in a transaction that's so important, such as buying an investment property or a residential property for themselves. I think it's just giving them the time and the quality that they deserve. And now it's nice because people end up coming to us. They find us online, but I think they like working with us because of that. We're honest, we're genuine, and I think people can pick up on that. And I've been very lucky that, I thankfully don't have to chase a paycheck. Yeah. So I'm never looking out for where the next commission is going to come from, or the next paycheck is going to come from. I can generally spend the time to, be with them through that. So yeah, and then I answer the phone. Honestly, people love that I answer the phone. It's amazing how many agents don't, just pick up a phone call and.
So this is simple.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Yeah.
I just met Elliot like literally, 5 minutes ago,
Yep.
And I don't know, I feel very comfortable. You seem pretty like down the earth person, so that might be.
We try, yeah.
Yeah. Question number 3: is the market going to crash? If so, when?
That's a good question. So, is it going to crash? Yes, eventually at some point, probably way down the road. I don't like to speculate. As I tell people, I'm in real estate, so speculation is something that I do. What's right? Oh, never heard that one. Yeah, we kind of have to, right? So is the market going to crash? Yeah, at some point it's going to crash, whether it's 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, eventually. But in my opinion, it's going to be something that is a way bigger problem globally, or at least for the United States. So I think at that point, whenever that happens, we're going to have way bigger things to worry about than our, real estate crashing. Yeah. But that being said, supply is going to stay high. There's already a shortage, right? Sorry, supply is going to stay low, and so there's already a shortage of houses, especially for people my age. It's just, I think it's going to keep going slowly. We've seen it slow down a little bit, but I think prices are still going to be going up for the foreseeable future.
Still want to live, still want a home.
Absolutely, yeah.
Doesn't change.
Yeah, what people forget is that maybe you're renting, right, and you don't want to pay 6% interest rates. You're going to wait for that to go down. But when you're renting, you're still paying 100% interest. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
So
I never look at it that way.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You might be paying 6, but as you well know, 6% is still historically very, very low interest rate wise, right? Our parents were probably buying houses with 15% interest or something like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So 6%, still pretty good, guys, and it's better than 100% interest.
And this is my 3rd interview in a row that we run out of time. But
I am so sorry. It's a real estate thing. I think we just talk too much, and we just
So good.
Oh, I failed.
Question number 4: have you ever thought about getting out of real estate?
Not really. It's one of those things where every now and then I'm like, oh, I'm done with it. Just something like that. But I don't think so. Real estate is really, it snowballs. Right, so once you get going, once you start getting things going, it's almost like it's something self-fulfilling, right? If you're doing a good job, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and your clients like you, it just sort of expands and goes from there naturally. And also it gives me the facility to invest in real estate as well personally, and it gives me a lot of other opportunities in life that I wouldn't have otherwise. So it's something also I could leave behind eventually, right? To someone else, leave the business up and going. But
that's true. That's awesome. That's great. Question number 5, and the last question is: what is the craziest request you've seen in a real estate contract?
Oof. So this is going to be a hypothetical. This is hypothetically, and it's not a contract that I saw myself, but let's say that at some points in the greater Cleveland area, there was a house for sale that was known as a house where people would take pictures and be, a social media house, to put it that way, right? The house eventually was being sold, and once again, this wasn't me directly, and it's hypothetical. The house was being sold, and from what I heard, hypothetically, is that the contract fell apart because a teddy bear that was part of the staging of the house was not left behind.
No way.
Yes. So it fell apart because of a teddy bear. It was part of the staging, but it was the owner's personal property. And they wanted everything set up there to be used as a studio for pictures. They wanted everything the same, everything to stay. And so yeah, a teddy bear. And that, as far as I know, hypothetically, the contract fell apart because of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's literally a stuffed animal.
People are crazy.
Yeah, people are something, that's for sure.
Can they buy another teddy bear from Walmart? I mean, no.
Yeah.
Walmart probably doesn't have it. But
no,
still,
but they wanted the house exactly how it was, and that was part of the house, in their opinion, exactly how it was.
One question I'm very curious
Yeah.
is that it seems that your company, I mean, it's a family company, right? Your
Yes,
dad
correct.
started
Yes,
this,
sir.
things like it. I mean, what's the secret of you guys are having massive growth from the beginning to second year in a row or third year in a row?
Yeah.
What's the secret? Can you share that secret with us?
No, and I kind of already said it, but we pick up the phone. Really, I know that sounds dumb, but I think, unfortunately, especially with social media, there's an image of what a realtor does and doesn't do and how easy it is to start in real estate as an agent. But the reality is that most stuff that you see on social media or HGTV, it's not the reality for most agents of what work is like, right? So a lot of people think, oh, it's easy money, you get in and you just open the door for people and you're like, oh my God, this floor is made of floor, right? And it's just, I think people have that idea. So I think there, end up being a lot of people out there that get into real estate for the wrong reasons to begin with, right? Because they think it's easy money and it's an easy job and you don't do a lot of work. It's completely the contrary. I mean, I work like 12 hours a day. My dad, who I work with as well, he does the same thing. And it's just, but we work hard. We answer the phone when people call, and I honestly think that also just, not looking for that paycheck, right? Treating people as people that are going through a major transaction in their lives instead of looking at it as, dollar signs. And I think that's a big one. I don't know. I know that sounds simple, but really it's a business where, statistically, most people, 90% of people approximately, are going to work with the first agent they talk to.
Yeah.
Right? So even if they end up talking to 5 agents, they're going to most likely work with the agent that they talk to first. Right?
That's crazy.
And so once again, it's kind of expanding on picking up the phone, but if they call 5 agents and out of the 5, you pick up the phone the first time and they have to leave messages for the rest, that makes a difference, right? Because that also displays the quality in which you're probably going to attend to their needs, and not only the needs, but the transaction, right? It's very easy for a transaction to fall apart, right? There's a lot of moving parts to it, especially when you have, like this market, right? Yeah. You have escalation addendums, you have, contingencies of a sale of another home to be able to purchase the next one. Not only that, but you have the speed. So that was a big part of our success the last few years, is that, while I was out either doing showings or on the ground or talking to clients, meeting new clients, my dad, Richard, could be at home and whatever we needed. I mean, there's literally times where I'd go to a house, I'd show it, and then the deadline, maybe because it was on the market for 30 minutes, right, was like now to put in an offer, and we're in multiples. So we're able to get that done. So I think that's a big part of it too.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's nice, and we have 2 agents that help us as well on a temporary basis as needed, and then I'm actually getting my brother now into real estate as well. He's a lawyer, but he's a lawyer and he's a professor, a law professor, but he's starting to work, help us out as an unlicensed admin. But it's need-based, and
That's awesome. That's great. Well, Elliot, if somebody's watching this, by the way, we didn't mention any of this, that Elliot habla español.
Sí, claro.
So if there's anybody watching this and you guys speak Spanish, There we go. There's no excuse now.
Perfect. Sí, con gusto, eh?
So, Elliot, what's the best way to get a hold of you? If somebody wants to call you, email you, text you.
Yeah, so my phone number is out there. It's my work phone number, 216-570-0750. Best way to do that is just give me a call, send me an email as well. But yeah, or even just Instagram message works as well.
There you go. That's how we met. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Elliot, hey, thank you again for coming. This was my pleasure. And yeah, if you guys have any questions for Elliot, please put it in the comment section. I'll send it to him. I'll call him, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna call you right back.
I will. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome. No, thank you. My pleasure. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you.
And I will.